feel rusty. Like
I mean, we did just a different.
We did a different
kind of podcast,
but it was still a good one. It's gotten some really good feedback. People are really digging it. People are really thrilled. I'm not gonna, give the ending away, because if you haven't heard it, you most definitely need to go back and listen to the previous episode.
Speaking of which,
what's happening?
We probably need to apologize to. Who won? Who won season 1?
Miss Tina.
Yeah. Because it's not.
I gotta apologize for a damn thing.
Well, no. Like,
you can apologize if you want to.
No, it's apologizing for it's not fair to her that also what happened. It's not fair to either of you guys. Like, that sounds.
I think it's a lot less fair to me, sir. I'm gonna need if you got but one more again to be Switzerland in this bitch.
Well, okay, no. I'm saying at the end of the day, there should have been a contingency to crown a real winner besides what happened.
Yeah, I ain't apologizing for shit. This is my podcast, and the thoughts and beliefs are of my own, so I ain't really got to apologize for a motherfucking thing.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I could see, backlash.
The loser apologizing to the winner, so sorry you won.
No, not that is not what I'm saying.
I know.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
But it wouldn't be as fun if I didn't give you shit for it.
I know. At the end of the day, it's also not on the judges. The people that designed the competition should have come up with a contingency plan other than a coin flip.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? It would have.
Spoiler alert! Watch out. Right? Listen to last week's episode.
You'll get all the nitty gritty, but at least if you are going to do that, air it, because.
I mean, I think that's better TV.
It is, and mind you, I didn't know about it, but so for months I was just like, God, I really do suck. Until, I did find out about it. But,
honestly, that would be a hell of an intro for season 2.
That would be.
To have, the back, the end of the season discussions that were, had and what led to the coin flip. And that is before the credits roll on season 2. That would be amazing.
It could actually be pretty cool. I would love to say I'm interested to see how season 2 goes, how they cut it. I'm not watching it. I'll look to you guys for the clip notes, and I'll get the reviews online.
I mean, you were there.
Yeah.
We can say that now. You already know. Well, why watch it?
You don't have to keep saying it. We could have just let it be in that one episode and let it live there.
You don't hey, if you're listening and you want the content, watch along with Rasheed. Let him
go
know.
Back and check out the next episode.
Yeah.
The previous episode.
The previous episode.
Oh,
link in the description.
Yeah, it's all there. It's all in the show notes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, behind all this tomfoolery and shenanigans, because if you let them shenan once, they're going to shenan again. This is This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue-focused podcast that brings you the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of barbecue. I am your very rough-looking host, Mr. Rasheed Phillips, and joining me, well, he's still here. We can't find a replacement. I think we're going to hang on to him for a while. He's doing a really good job. He's trimming up. Why not, Mr.
The troublemaker, Brian Hull.
I like that. That is definitive. I'll swap the bearded wonder for the troublemaker. I'll get anytime.
I've been stirring too much shit lately.
And still very judgmental. And still the voice you hear but face you do not see, Mr.
Lee Garman.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, oh boy, do we have an episode and a half for you. Today.
It literally might be an episode and a half.
It might be an episode and a half. What we've got going right now, we're going to piggyback on, because it seemed like a lot of you guys like talking to, or at least enjoyed us talking to and learning a little bit more about these hosts. So I'm actually going to use my magical Rolodex. Share a little ringtone going on right now. So, anyone remember ringbacks? Is that something? My man, 100 Grand, how you doing, sir?
Dude, I am living the dream. How about yourself?
Another day above ground, no complaints. You are on live, so make sure you don't say anything crazy.
Or say something crazy. It's fine.
Yeah, well, you can actually, but we're not going to ruin it for the others. But you're on with us. You've got Lee and Brian and my average-looking self here, and we're excited to talk to you. So please, for the listeners who don't yet know who you are, introduce yourself, my friend.
My name is Logan Sandoval, and I am chef/owner of the pop-up called Just Barbecue out here in Los Angeles, California. And I've been doing this we just had a 3-year anniversary on April 4th, and I kind of got into barbecue because I lost my job as a chef working for a major hotel company, and the pandemic was freaking awful, and we just got down to business and started cooking barbecue out of my dad's garage, and it just took off. And
whatever you did just now sounds so much better than whatever you're doing now.
Yeah, dude, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I worked for the hotels for a long time, and before hotels, I was in fine dining. So I have a very strong kitchen mentality, a very strong, like, chef background, not such a large, quote-unquote pitmaster background. Even though, because now the trailer's out, now I can talk about this show. Even though I was on that show, I still have a hard time considering myself a pitmaster just because I'm still learning every single day. I self-taught. I watched a lot of videos and I read a lot of cookbooks, and I'm a big proponent of studying and reading and learning, and I get asked all the time because I'm being changed so constantly. Like, where's it? Like, yeah, I just Google's a great tool.
No, I get it. And hold on, what are you doing with your audio? Because you're going in and out on us. Sometimes you sound crystal, sometimes a little murky.
So it's on my so hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yes.
Fantastic.
That's better.
Okay. I just have my AirPods are SHI. Am I allowed to cuss on the show? Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. My
Yeah.
AirPods are starting to take a shit on me. So.
It's actually the noise suppression stuff that, like, if it's suppressing anything in the background, it screws up it screws up you talking. We had the same problem with when we had Tyler Hodge on of Hooter Brown.
Heard. Yeah, it's funny too because, like, I'm in, like, my storeroom at my kitchen right now.
Right on.
It's the quietest. This is the quietest place in the kitchen, but it's a little echoey. So, but yeah, I mean, the show was great. It was a huge experience. It was probably one of the, like, top 10 coolest experiences of my life, like, kind of behind, having my kids.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good list to be on.
It was a lot of fun, man. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about, just the culture and the industry that I wasn't very attuned to before. Because where I live in Los Angeles, I live out in a small town called Simi Valley. There's a lot of people that come in from LA for our food and stuff, but we're kind of tucked away in our own little nook of the world, and I try to get out and I try to have other people's barbecue, but ever since starting barbecue, I really haven't had a lot of other people's barbecue, Yeah. And so I've never had barbecue in Texas. I've never been on, these pilgrimages that everyone else talks about and stuff. I've just self-taught, self-made, and I just like to work hard,
No, I'd love it. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're not going to confine yourself with any traditional concepts or rules. You just do what works for you.
And the other thing is, like, if you're popping up and cooking barbecue, that means you don't have time to go eat when somebody else is popping up and doing barbecue.
That's true.
That is a hard thing too, because a lot of people invite us to stuff just like, but we all cook on the same day, and that's just the kitchen industry curse since day one. It's just like, you work weekends, you work holidays. My wife's very attuned to it, only gets it. We don't celebrate Christmas on Christmas because we're cooking for other people, and cooking is a big embodiment of just, like, love and passion, and to share that with other people, I think, is a blessing, because not everyone gets to do that.
That's very true. That's very true. That I know a lot of cats who go in and out 9 to 5, 40, 60 hours a week, and they absolutely disdain what they do for a living.
Yeah.
We got lucky and we fell ass backwards into something we enjoy, and we just haven't stopped yet. So it's man. No, we had Pops on, we had Michelle, we had Joey on. There was a very eclectic cast this go around.
Yeah,
from all types. It definitely differs from season one.
That was what was super cool about the show too. Is, like, one, T is one of my super close friends now, which is, like, insane. And you'll see in the show our relationship that formed was something that I would never think that would have happened, because T's a good old boy out of Iowa, is just like, is just the man. And then I'm a classically trained chef that had no clue what barbecue was until a couple years ago. And man, we hit it off, and it was, the same thing with Michelle. Michelle was a homie, and, like, I just made some really lifelong friends on that show that, like, I'll have forever. Joey and I talk a lot, and, like, and especially picking other people's heads, just because, like I said, I don't know everything, and especially when it comes to barbecue. But if you take someone like a Ed or a Cindy or, a T, they're all going to do their briskets differently, but they're all going to make great brisket,
No, without a doubt. And I get it. I look at the show and I thank the casting in that respect and thank the show in at least that respect because it allowed me to meet people that I otherwise never would have. Ever would our paths cross. Like if you line us all up, I always wanted them to do this, like line us all up in our everyday clothes, like in our environments, and then like put it up on one, like what do these people have in common? No one's getting it right. It's like I have no idea. I mean,
not the outfit you wore for 3 weeks straight.
No, not that outfit. It's
yeah, dude, are people still cracking on you for that?
Bro, you have no idea. When everything hit, it was the first thing I put on the FAQ page on my website was answering, why do they wear the same clothes? I'm like, because it made for easier editing. Like, it wasn't the same clothes. We had multiple outfits. Some people are like, this is the worst scripted show I've ever seen. Like, it's not scripted, and it was just clothes. Like, y'all are really focusing on clothes that much? So trust me, Netflix heard it more than any of us, which is why you guys had the luxury of not wearing the same clothes every day.
Yeah, man, you'll see on the show too. They turned me into the freaking colorful kid. I tell you what, they had me in more tie dye. Then I made the mistake of wearing tie dye the first day, and I'll never be able to let that go. But I'm cool with tie dye. I'm a psychedelic dude.
I told you what to do the day after. I was like, brother, go ahead and get yourself a ton of Alibaba tie dye tees, slap your face on it, and there you go.
I'm telling you, man, way ahead of you.
My man. See, just do the work. I have no doubt. So, for people who are going to get excited to see you and all this jazz and they want to show support and love right now, what are you doing? Where are you going? I think you're going to Texas, right?
I will actually be in North Carolina.
North Carolina, that's what it is. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to actually be my first foray into the festival kind of scene. I've been really excited about it, but like I said, I've been kind of working my freaking ass off the last couple of years, and like I have a really hard time of like letting stuff go. And my sous chef Kirby has come a long way in the past year and a half he's been with me, and so it'll be the first time I will be absent from a barbecue service in 3 years. So it's a good move forward. It's also kind of terrifying for me, but we will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, the weekend of the 19th. That Getting Piggy With It is for a good cause. Jake out there invited me, and I'm just super excited to go out there and eat oysters and hang out with just like-minded people. Like I said, I don't have a big barbecue history. Like this is all brand new to me. I come from a world where everyone are kind of assholes and everyone sabotages each other, and especially in fine dining. So that was my biggest thing that I first kind of noticed coming on the scene, is how like nice people were. In 2021, we got called one of the best new restaurants by Eater LA. And when people started reaching out, I was just like, why are you talking to me? Like, what do you want? And people were just like generally nice from the barbecue world, like Andrew and Michelle from Moosecraft and Burt Backman from Slab and like a bunch of other people reached out. And I was just like, what? Like, why are you talking to me? Like, what do you want? And they're like, no, dude, we just want to say congratulations. I was just like, well, no, don't bullshit me. Like, what do you want? Yeah, so it's just learning. Yeah, man, it's been really cool, man. And then working with you on the show and Pops and Melissa and all the other contestants, it is a big family. There's so much love in this industry. There's a lot of love in the restaurant industry as a whole, but barbecue is really something special, man. I'm just excited to be part of it.
Well, we're happy to have you, brother, and officially want to welcome you to the Netflix 16 fam. There's 16 of us total now.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for the All-Stars.
Who knows? Hopefully
they're not filming them fast enough.
I know, right? At this point, the season 3 is going to come out in 2027.
Yeah, man, we wait, but you know what? Waiting only made it that much sweeter. When that trailer dropped, I had tears in my eyes because one, you and I have talked on and off again the last year, and it's just been like focusing on the prize and really making sure that my skill set is honed, and we got big things coming up, and it's up to us to take advantage of them and make things work.
Agreed.
So we've been asking everybody what their reaction to seeing the I guess they call it the trench, the live fire cooking arena was the first time you saw it, and how did you feel about it?
I said, what the fuck is that? I had no clue what that thing was, dude. It was like a bunch of whips and chains. I was like, bro, I'm not into this. Is like a barbecue show, not like none of that weird stuff, right?
The real 50 Shades of Smoke.
The real 50 Shades. I'm telling you what, boy, it's freaking. I didn't know what to, because I never worked with stuff like that. I have a 500-pound cooker. I've worked off a couple other cookers. Like, even when I saw like the green egg and the tray, I'd never even turned on a Traeger before in my life. I'd asked Michelle. So like, dude, that whole thing was just an experience. But that pit, man, and the shit they had us doing in there, I was like, boy, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Did it make you want to go back and do some more live fire cooking that style though?
Oh yeah. When I got back, we did a couple events too, where I went and bought a charcoal grill, and that's the thing. I've never really used charcoal before, so it was interesting that Ed kind of taught me on that. T helped me out a lot, and it was an experience, man. I worked in a lot of kitchens, but dude, I barely used the inside kitchen while we were there because it was all outside in that pit.
Yeah, it's a different world, man. It's a different world. It's a different experience, and you learn to hone that craft, and you get bit by that bug. But it's that the trench is definitely working. The trench came for blood. We'll let the audiences see that. But from now, it's in just over 2 weeks before it all airs.
Yeah, man.
I will say,
dude, and when it would rain. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you got lucky about the weather timing though. At least it wasn't in August when you were operating the trench.
Yeah.
Man, it was still hot as hell out there though. That rain would come overnight, and dude, you walk out there in the morning at 9 a.m. and dude, that steam coming off that freaking. I haven't slept that much since like my. Dude, I was like, bro, I'm from California. I'm used to beaches and cool weather, and the only sand I see is when I go surfing.
Yeah, it was very interesting, but you guys got lucky with the weather.
Yeah.
Very, very lucky. I would have swapped that any day. We were sweating. I lost 10 pounds in sweat on that show.
That's why the term swamp ass exists.
Yeah.
On God.
Strictly for
Well,
that.
just like it would be hot during the day, and then like we'd be in the barn at night, and it's just like, dude, I'd be standing there shivering because I was just like, and dude, the whole place turned into a freaking mud fest. I was making mud pies.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that one at all. But brother, I appreciate you taking the time. It means the world. How can the people find you, support you, give them your deets and all the info?
My name is Logan Sandoval. You can find me on Instagram. I'm trying to get on the TikTok thing, but you can find our business page at www.zefbbq.com. Instagram is also zef.bbq for our company. My personal page is zef.daddy because I'm the Zef Daddy. And yeah, that's about the whole and the website.
Wonderful, brother. I love it. I'm going to link it all in the show notes. I dig the page. I'm seeing the photo of you and the Miss and your smiling baby girl right there. Whole crew.
Yeah, man.
It's a good time. Before the year ends and that we hit 24, we are definitely rolling smoke at some point in time together. But
I'm telling you, man.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Hell yeah, Rasheed. Thank you, man.
Anytime, brother. Love you, man. We'll chat soon.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Later.
Bye.
All righty. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Logan Sandoval from Zef BBQ. He is also one of the amazingly talented contestants that is on this year's or season 2 won the show formerly known as American Barbecue Showdown. If you want to know more about him, we'll have all that stuff in the show notes. But we haven't had a good idea, bad idea in a while. You got one queued?
I don't.
It's good.
I can come up with something like we'll do a good idea, bad idea at the end of the show.
There we go.
I like there's just been so much going on. I haven't even had time to think about that.
No, I get it. Well, let's get caught up. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was news of things. Let me catch up to what already happened. Tootsie celebrated 88 years. Right on. She's killing it. If we could have her for another 88 more, please. My man, 100 Gram, Brian Furman, had his barbecue pop-up. Pre-orders only was an amazing success. Also, good buddy Guga had his book tour. That just concluded for the initial dates he had. I believe he told me he's going to have some more going on too. But if you haven't already, go get his book, Guga Food's book. It's a really dope book. He's done, I don't know if anyone in the world has cooked steak in as many different, unique, crazy ways as he has. somebody's got to call Guinness World Records. That's got to be a record.
Steak or briskets.
Yeah, he's done peanut butter, Coke, whiskey, MSG, salts, whatever you.
Would you
Nutella.
Would you eat an entire country fried steak brisket?
I don't think so. I don't think I.
Or chicken fried brisket?
Chicken fried brisket with gravy. Is gravy on the side or does it come on? I don't know.
It has to come on it.
It's got to.
Yeah.
It's got to. He's done such crazy, like, he's done the things that you're like, oh, I wonder what this would taste. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, he did a Cheetos crusted, like a flaming hot Cheetos crusted
He
steak.
did the microwave brisket?
Yeah. That's just a lot. The deep fried, not country fried, just regular fried
brisket. Yeah.
Just so many things that you're like, I don't want to do this, but he does. And it's very entertaining. So grab his book, check out his channel, subscribe. It's absolutely worth it. And then we also had my buddy Matt Grork of Grork Boys Barbecue. He did his pop-up already where he was donating to the local, I believe it was Post 521. He made a Next Level sandwich because he was on this latest season of Next Level Kitchen, airing on Fox, and absolutely destroyed it. Monsters crowd, kudos to him for giving back because he made a donation from every sale of that Next Level sandwich went to that great cause. Do we caught up? Did I miss anything? Well, the rest is on your list. I'll let you.
Well, I was going to say, like, Traeger Day.
Yeah, Traeger Day is coming up. So that's
Right.
still coming up. I just want to knock out what happened. Oh, and the Pig Beach Barbecue giveaway has already passed. Who won? Not sure because they haven't announced yet. But the moment they do, we'll let you guys know.
I guess I need to announce the May 20th thing.
I mean, it'd be nice.
I don't. I'll do my self promotion.
This is very shameless pluggy here. Well, it's not just shameless plug. We've got Keebler and the whole crew on there.
Keebler, Barbecue Yinka,
Keenan's
Springfield.
on there.
Yeah, Keenan's Pit Barbecue, Springfield Barbecue Co.
Okay.
So the OTP Atlanta Craft Barbecue Fest.
Springfield. I don't know that one.
Mark Springfield. He used to work at Table in Maine and Osteria, and then he's been the pit master or the main pit cook, like the only pit cook at Doss Barbecue for like the last year and a half. But they don't bring him up to the Holy Smokes Fest.
Well, we don't do. That's where you try to set me up to get in trouble for stuff, man.
We're just not going to get in trouble. I mean, we're going to get in trouble no matter what.
That's true. That's usually.
But I mean,
how it goes.
if the guy's cooking all of your barbecue, bring him to the festival. That's all I got to say.
Hey, that's not on me. That's not my business. My name's Bennett, and I ain't in it.
All right, let's do the stuff that is kind of this weekend. So,
All right.
you might catch it, you might not. Depends on when you catch the episode. Hoodoo Brown is teaming up with Sally's Pizza.
Yes.
And New Haven. They are doing a Kentucky Derby collab. So Kentucky Derby is this Saturday, May 6th. Tomorrow.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, they're throwing some Hoodoo Brown barbecue on a pizza. And I think Tyler was putting Sally's Pizza and a sausage.
Really?
Yes. So I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If you're wrong, he'll let us know.
He'll let us know.
But that's pretty cool.
Then we have the burger benefit for NFA Burgers throwing the burger benefit that supports the Giving Kitchen. It's this Sunday. Not sure if tickets are still on sale or what the last day to buy tickets are. I think they've sold through like either 60% or 2/3 of the tickets so far. But there are 22 chefs cooking their version of the burger from the menu.
Wow.
So the idea is that you buy a ticket for a time slot. You don't know what chef you're going to get. You just get a random, like you're playing cheeseburger roulette but like some of the chefs include George Motz. He's actually releasing an updated version of his book on May 9th.
Okay.
The Justin and Jonathan from Fox Brothers, Emmy
What's up,
Squared from Emmy Squared Pizza. So a bunch of different people coming in doing their version of the burger, I guess, including this guy.
For those of you who are listening and not watching, he's pointing at himself.
Yeah, well, that just happened yesterday. Like I'm filling in for someone who had to drop out, so I am now making my version of the burger. I was already volunteering to help, but now I will have a time slot now.
Really, I'd love to know. Are you doing the brisket burger, or are you keeping?
No. So it's like
that was my first question.
Yeah.
The problem, like, so the burger from the menu is very specific, and it's the 2 kind of smash patties dinner burgers.
Okay.
So, but I will have a smoked element in that burger somewhere.
Okay.
So I'm sneaking it in.
Not giving it all away. I dig it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
So then we got some barbecue classes coming up. Goldees, their June sausage class is still available. June sausage class is still available, and their June and July rib classes are still available, and we'll have the link to those. Barbs B Q Brisket Class on 5/28. I think there's still a few tickets available for that.
Okay.
So a couple different classes from, I guess, as Texas Monthly put it, the best barbecue in the game.
That's true.
Yeah, we can't argue. We can't argue with that.
We can't fight it. That is a thing. It is.
By the way, did you see the recent article about how pitiful pulled pork is in Texas?
I'm not. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised.
Yeah, no. That it's like a lot of people have taken it off the menu and they focus more on pork steaks because it really doesn't. It doesn't sell. But
why is that though?
Yeah.
Because it as a restaurant, I would. So I've been doing a lot of food research and studying over like the last 6 to 8 months, and if I'm a restaurant owner, I'm willing to market to get it to sell because it's a low cost, high yield. It makes a wonderful filler or a great star. So why not make pulled pork work?
I think people need to reevaluate how they approach it. Like,
I wonder if they just make it and it sucks.
There's that.
Like, I wonder if they try to make it like a brisket and they're like, I don't know what's going on.
No, I mean, a lot of people wrap it too early. Like they're just like soggy bark. Then they'll just cover it up with the sauce. Look, vinegar and pork pair really well.
Yeah.
So, like it's
But when I think Texas, I don't think vinegar at all.
Right, but like a lot of people, Texas also has people doing whole hog and stuff. So there's influence coming in from that. Like Truth does whole hog once a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not out of the ordinary. I mean, look, pulled pork on this side in Georgia is also not selling as much.
I don't know. When
put it in your platter though.
Yeah, when I was in my platter, but also it was always a dish when I was doing the Pitmaster pile-up sandwiches. It would fly when I had it as its own. It was moving. I've been off the circuit a bit, but pulled pork for me, pulled pork and brisket used to go. Had to have like out of the which one you got left. It was like we got both. Great, let me get them both.
Pulled pork is the last thing to go.
Really?
Yeah.
So even Georgia's turning brisket.
Georgia's turning brisket. Yeah. Now, if you go to an old school joint like I did this week, it's all pork.
Where'd you go?
I went to Fresh Air Barbecue in Macon.
How was it?
It was old school. I mean, like when the menu has the option of you order it sauced or dry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna have it's a pit cooked barbecue. The only predominant flavor you're gonna get is like a subtle smoke on the back end, not a lot of rub. It's kind of dry because they cook hams. They don't cook shoulders. Yeah, they smoke hams and then chop it up.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you add, and then the sauce looks like it's gonna be like a sweet tomato ketchup sauce, but it is a vinegar or tomato sauce.
Okay.
So it's super acidic. I liked it. It's really good. It's exactly what I wanted out of my old school Georgia plate. Some chopped pork with the tomato vinegar sauce, some Brunswick stew, some coleslaw that's just a better version of what you get at KFC, that really finely chopped stuff, and some beans.
Do you prefer minced slaw or do you like the straws?
It depends on the slaw I'm eating. In an old school plate, I want the minced slaw. But if I go to Goldees or Leroy and Lewis, they're doing their slaw with the kale or the kale Caesar salad slaw, I like the more kind of larger chunks of coleslaw, of cabbage, where it's more textural.
Okay.
All right, so back to more news. So we got a couple of things from M&M BBQ.
Yeah, we do. Goodness.
Okay, first of all, if you buy a commercial offset from M&M BBQ, it is now ETL and NSF certified out the door. They do all of that for you. So what does that mean? Basically, it's going to help, especially in areas that aren't familiar with barbecue pits and cookers. It's going to help with getting the health department and the fire marshals to sign off on the cookers, because they are now rated the same as like a commercial grade oven or a stove or a flat top stove, like a range cooker. So now they're being classified as restaurant equipment to help facilitate getting them into places that aren't familiar with those kind of smokers yet. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, that's a huge step. If there's other pitmasters or pit builders out there doing that, please let us know. As far as I think they're the first.
Yeah, I can't
think of any. I could, like, if we're wrong, and we want to correct that.
Yeah, if you know, let us know. This is a podcast we like to broadcast. Shoot us a DM or email over at thisweekinbarbecue@gmail.com. But no, I saw they did a video the other day of it too, and of the 72-inch, and that thing is a monster. Yeah, it's the El Rey. It's hefty, and I love the setup. It's got a lot of different bells and whistles, not bells and whistles, but different features that, for the person who's using open fire, for the person who's doing Santa Maria's quick fires like that, and don't get me wrong, you can do some low and slow open air as well. You appreciate the attention to detail. So I'll go ahead and link that video as well in the show notes, but that's just one nugget. You gonna hit them with the hard 20 because they got another.
So they've partnered up with Goldees Barbecue to launch a new backyard offset. Right, I was gonna either wear an M&M hat or a Goldees hat. Like, it was. I try and rep the news we got coming out.
And they've got. I saw Mike. Hey, and don't be like other people. Okay, we're not naming names, but don't be like other people. But Mike, I need the updated M&M hat because I saw the video. It looks clean. I need that black on black.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so you've seen the new design.
Yes, I have.
And so the idea is, if you haven't seen the design, we'll link you to. They released an Instagram going over it. Mm-hmm. Johnny White, Jerby Barbecue, has released a video going over it. And then Ant Cooks, who's a barbecue YouTuber, he has a video kind of breaking it down because he got to mess with it when he was out there for a week. Yeah. The biggest thing is, it is not like a traditional offset where you have the fireboxes connected directly, kind of like the wide open into the cook chamber. The firebox is a little bit lower, and then you got like a rounded T corner, basically, into the firebox, or from the firebox into the cook chamber. Mm-hmm. And the idea is, when you're cooking, even like on commercial offsets or backyard offsets, commercial offsets, what you don't think you can use the first like 30%.
Yeah, it's not. Well, you can use. It's not ideal.
It's not ideal to use the first 30%. Backyard cookers, it's really like the first 40%. Yeah, especially on the smaller ones.
Which is why we always suggest go a little larger for backyard, because you're going to lose that real estate.
So the idea behind this design is they wanted to create a cooker that works in the backyard, that you can use every available grate space, and it's going to cook pretty evenly. Yeah. And so they actually also have a bigger than normal exhaust too. I think it's like an 8-inch pipe that's like at least 36 inches. Yeah. So it draws draws crazy.
I would love, and I think maybe when we're out in Texas, we'll get out there and check it, but I want to run a biscuit test on it.
Yeah. Well,
stole the words out of my mouth.
They're putting their money where their mouth is. They're cooking every turkey that's being sold in the restaurant every week on that thing now.
Really?
Yeah. So they're cooking 12 to 18 turkeys on a backyard pit.
Wow.
So like I talked to Lane about it, and one of their ideas is they wanted to create a backyard pit that you can start with it and learn, but also if you want to take the next step and do pop-ups, it had enough actual cookable space that you could do pop-ups.
Because this is a straight grade, no shelf.
Yeah, like it's what would be around like almost like a 94 to like 115 gallon, but because you can use
like every workhorse.
Yeah, but since you can use the entire width, they're saying 6 to 8 briskets on it once. Now 8 briskets that are smaller, but like 6. Wow. 6 9 to 12 pound briskets.
6 Texas trim briskets.
6 Texas trim briskets. But if you could get 6 10-pound briskets and 2 pork butts, that is a good way to start a pop-up.
That is a pop-up.
Yeah, I mean, like that's, and for the cost, lower than a trailer 250.
Yeah. I wonder if they will put them on trailers.
I mean, I'm sure at some point they could.
Yeah. You know what I did notice on the design?
Yeah.
I think you missed this, Lee, and I'm shocked you didn't catch this, to be perfectly honest with you. There's no holes in the door in the firebox.
Oh, I didn't think I had to mention that. They didn't etch their name in holes on the firebox.
There's no holes in the firebox. Which, if you guys don't know, you really don't want your firebox full of holes. It doesn't work well for you.
Well, no, you don't want. God, no, there's no way I can say this bad. You don't want holes you can't control.
You were gonna say something else.
No, that's what I was gonna say. You can still consider it.
Yeah,
you can still take that where like you don't want openings in your firebox that you can't regulate.
Don't enter a hole you can't fill. Did your mom hear that podcast?
I think she hasn't listened in a while.
Okay. Gosh.
I think I'm good.
Good.
Yeah. So, like, I'm getting sent one, right? Like, I did ask that. No, I'm interested to see, there's certain things like the design. It's really cool. I just want to see, just looking at it, I was like, I wonder how those corner spots, how they operate, or do they get cold or whatever? And I'd be interested to see, like, if they tried to do a design where it kind of fanned out to try and create and it just didn't work in terms of draw and everything.
Yeah.
Like where it didn't create those those 4 corners where you think there might be some cold spots. But even then, even if you take those corners and cold spots, just thinking about how the airflow would go, you're still getting so much more cookable space than another one.
No, agreed. And let's not.
Oh,
let's save those questions, and we'll just have Mike on next week.
Yeah, that's true. We can totally do that.
We'll just have Mike on next week, and they can run us through the gamut of it. And so
I'll see if we can get one of the Goldees guys on too.
Yeah, because I like the first thing I'd want to do is really just get it up and run a biscuit test. Because what people don't, they're like, oh well, that's not useful. Like, no, you don't realize how much information you get from that biscuit test. Like, if you know what you're looking for, like you just it's the secret formula. Like, okay, this does this here, this one, this here, over this amount of time. Like, oh, that's actually pretty impressive. So there's a lot. So I'd really love to see like a biscuit test on that thing.
The other thing that I saw in the video that they were talking about is you can run 275, 300 like the entire cook, and it's not going to cook as hot. Because like, again, you're just getting the heat rising and not a direct heat from so you can cook a little bit hotter and not get as much crispy edges or burnt edges because of the design.
And usually that's why you'll usually see cats with foil around the edges.
Yeah, foil around the edges or the blocker blocks or logs in front, because like that initial heat burst is going to be hotter. Even if it's reading 275, that initial heat is going to be hotter at the front of a smoker than it is at the back.
Yeah. No, this is it's a really and it's crazy because there hasn't really been a wildly new design.
Yeah.
In a rig in quite some time. So seeing that, I was like, this could be the start of something. Like I know we've seen like funny enough the Star Wars rigs and the Star Wars smokers and stuff like that. I was like, that's interesting. It's good to cook, but that's not going to draft. Actually be operational. This is a new design of an operational rig. So, and if I'm not mistaken, it's patent pending too.
Yeah. So
is what Mike was saying. Like they have in the same for their L Ray, they have a patent on their cantilever system too.
Yeah, and it's going to be under 5K. I think it's 42.5. Like 4,250, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I know it's under 5.
Well, there we go.
So,
well, that's amazing. I wanted to quickly point out a few little nuggets and bits here. We've mentioned this cat before, Mr. Matt Horn of Horn Barbecue. He will also be at Windy City Smokehouse because that is coming up.
Smokeout.
Smokeout,
Yeah.
not Smokehouse. I'm sure there's a smokehouse somewhere.
There's definitely a Windy City Smokehouse somewhere.
Yeah, but that is going on July 13th through the 16th in Chicago. Where am I? Oh, I will be at the Mohegan Sun for that one. Yeah, I'll be in Mohegan Sun. So, but definitely mark your calendars. Check that out. That's really cool. And on top of that, Matt's actually been a part of Henley and Bennett's, their new Star Wars apron line. I'm trying to figure out how much they had to pay to get the license for that to do a line of Star Wars themed aprons, but that too is available. And while we're on the note, Pops is killing the game. Not only has he, the book been nominated for James Beard Award, which is absolutely amazing. He is also going to be on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. The new season has started, I believe already. And
does the season of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives ever end?
That's a good question because I feel like it is on air. It's like Ridiculousness. It's on air all year. Like it just never stops. Like
Great show. Shout out to Rob.
Definitely. I wonder if Rod Deerdick eats barbecue. Like that's a good question. Like I have these weird thoughts. I'm not like I'll just sometimes say I'm like I'm on Netflix. Obama's on Netflix. You think Obama see me on Netflix?
You think Obama see me on Netflix?
Like just randoms, like like stuff like that. I'm like yeah, and I'm just She'd wonders. That's gonna be a whole other segment, but wanted to share that little bit there. It's definitely worth it. It actually airs on Food Network, so please go check it out. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Pops, man. That's amazing. I'm so happy he's getting the roses and getting the respect, and he's always had the respect, but getting the notoriety that he deserves. He's gotten some in a while, but he just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. Cats like Pops, Brian, Rodney, all continuously move and set the bar. So, forever an inspiration, always a fan.
Oh, Brisket King NYC was last week.
That's right. So was Baby Shoe won Brisket King.
So that would be Wildwood's Barbecue out of New Jersey. Second place for the experts was Blue Smoke NYC.
Okay.
People's Choice was also
Blue Smoke sounds like a cop group. There's a cop on that team. Fairly sure there's a cop on it.
Oh, well, we need there. Oh, man, all I can think about is the Body Count song now. I was just watching a video about the history of the Body Count song, so now I can't.
Now it's just in your head?
Yeah. Very different conversations on a cop on a team and the Body Count song.
Yes, the two should not coincide.
All right, well, People's Choice Award went to Wildwood's Barbecue.
Okay.
All Bark One Bite, Juicy Lucy Barbecue, 420, Boom Boom Barbecue, Best Dish, Zob Zob NYC.
So 420 had to go up against Blue Smoke. Yeah, there's definitely some cops on that team.
So King of Queens went to Smoking of Meats, and Jake's Pastrami went to Kimchi Smoke. I think so. Bunch of different awards, and they have the Rib King NYC coming up 5/27.
They're just going to.
I don't know if they've announced chefs yet, but knowing them, they'll announce it like 2 days before it starts.
Georgia, we got to step our game up with festivals, man. We're getting outshined by New York.
We got one festival.
Yeah, that's great. Let's not all run to it. We have one. There's one. It's like Texas. There's a festival every other weekend. Just happens,
Yeah, smoke it strong.
Smoke Game Strong.
Yeah, that was last weekend.
Yeah.
So,
and then in a couple of weeks, you've got Treaty Oak doing their thing. There's a lot of stuff.
First Troubadours coming up soon.
Yeah, which M&M is sponsoring as well. So there's so many fests, but I'd like, because you've got people traveling here and there. You're seeing Truth and those guys going all over the place, coast to coast. Hey, Georgia, let's set something up. And this is usually, so what's happening right here, this was the part of the conversation where I was like, man, that barbecue sucked. And then Leeds was like, why don't you stop bitching about it and make your own? So this is where, and it says like, why don't you just do your own? So
I mean, I've said it before.
We kind of did. I guess we're having a second annual now.
Yeah, you're having a second annual
OTP Fest.
Yeah.
OTP Craft Barbecue Fest. So we did.
It's starting, but we gotta keep them coming. We need more than the 2.
That's true. That's true.
No, I don't worry. I am legitimately
Like, let's go take over like Piedmont Park or something like that.
Yeah,
Like, that'd be sick.
That would be. I don't even want to know what the insurance costs on that would have to be. But goodness,
That's fine. Just get the city involved. Let them.
let them
take all that.
front half.
Are you sure you want to get them involved to take on that?
Yeah, it's been
I mean, it will take 2 years to get that done.
No, but I am working on something for Georgia,
Yeah.
and I hope the buddies and everybody comes through because we gotta have some more fun in our own backyard, man. We really, really do. I need us on the map. You know, we're not even on like the barbecue road trip map. Saw a barbecue road trip, and it's like they just completely skipped. It's like, wow, this is
Well,
this
old school barbecue in Georgia, the Georgia style barbecue. You have to go like Jackson, because like the places in Atlanta just don't exist anymore, man.
no.
It's sad.
Now there's artisanal cheeses and Starbucks and wine painting stuff.
We got a good other food going on in Atlanta adjacent.
But first, being so good at pulled pork and not having anything like, no, you're going to Georgia, make sure you stop at this place, for barbecue. It's, hey, B, if you're listening, can you just open up your new spot already? Because that would be great. I'd greatly appreciate it because then gets the ball rolling for us. I missed the flapjacks. I missed them all. It's one of those. It's one of those. We just gotta get something on the map. We gotta put something here. We'll do it. But I definitely dig and appreciate what you, Keenan, Richard.
I mean, Keenan's the one that's organizing this thing. So so I don't want to take any. I'm just a participant. I'm not going to take any credit.
Yeah, but you're going to still draw a crowd. I mean, I don't know of many places, and he's downplayed it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know of many pop-ups where if a customer drops their food, the whole place gets up in uproar.
Yeah, shout out to the collab pop-up I did with Gabriel Barangay this past weekend. That was awesome. Combination of Filipino food and American-style barbecue and cooking techniques. That was awesome.
Good deal. What was your favorite thing off that dish, off the platter?
I mean, the beef ribs, the flank and cut beef ribs that he marinated, and we threw a little bit of smoke on them, and then he finished them over his Weber charcoal. Those were really good. You could eat a lot of those in one sitting. Like, just keep mowing them down. I really liked the smoked lechon kawali. So that smoked crispy skin pork belly, with the Sasawan spice vinegar sauce.
Yeah.
That was really good. Honestly, I saw an Eater Smoke Points video. I cannot remember I think it's Rolo's. Okay. I think that's the spot. They were doing a burger and they made a smoked whole pickled pepper. And I totally stole that and did that this weekend, and that was awesome. So smoking whole.
Yes, Rolo's in Queens, New York.
Yeah, so they did a smoked whole Italian long hot. I did Anaheim's and long hots. So smoked them for about an hour and then pickled the entire pepper, and then we served that along with the on the same platter as the ribs and lechon kawali, and that was really cool.
Nice. No, I love how interesting a lot of these flavors, because I can't stand the word fusion, but just how the intertwine between cultures happens and it just lands on a plate and you're just so happy about it.
Right.
Always my go-to response. How do I come up with recipes or new concepts or whatever? Find a culture opposite of your own, study the people, and the people lead you to the food, and then you meld it all together. You realize the commonalities, and then you use the differences to make something really unique. Just a thought. Just a thought. No. You've got some other bits of news on your end here, too. No shameless plug?
Oh, shameless plug, I guess. So 5/13, next Saturday, I am Punk Foodie, who does, if you're in the Atlanta area, follow Punk Foodie. He follows a lot of pop-ups. He will soon be launching an app, which is really cool, to track every pop-up chef and everything. And you could follow a pop-up chef. It'll give you a list of all the dates they're going to do.
Green book.
Yeah, basically. So he cataloged everything and kind of created I don't know, like a search engine queue where it would catalog every pop-up that's going on. So every week he release a list, and you can go to his website and see every pop-up that's like going on in Atlanta.
Nice.
And he'll highlight whatever like a cool dish every week and who's doing what. So he has been putting on a series at the Darwin Hotel in Atlanta. He's like the evolution of the pop-up of Atlanta food through pop-ups. So he's been doing it like 2 Thursdays a month. He's on his like 3rd round of chefs. I will be doing
Let me
the
know
first.
when the lemon pepper wings hit, because that's got to be on there somewhere. I'm just saying.
Well, the Star Chefs Atlanta issue literally had just a blurb about the Atlanta lemon pepper wet dishes.
We're not known for barbecue, but we sure are known for lemon pepper wings and the establishments that sell them.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're doing a Saturday cookout with. I'm going to point at myself again.
Yes.
So I will be there and joined by Crinkles by Nina, who does Laotian and Asian desserts, and they're fucking really good.
That's Mother's Day weekend, yeah?
Yeah, Mother's Day weekend. So I don't know if she'll be doing her ube cheesecake, but if she does, like, that shit is fire.
Okay.
But I'll be doing the full barbecue menu to have have a new sausage out there.
Okay, right on. And your 9th, did you already?
Well, like, I don't know if there were, okay, so I'm doing a beer paired dinner at Little Cottage Brewery, a 5-course beer paired dinner. Dessert for that one's going to be by Butter and Cream. I don't know if it's kind of a thing. It's for their anniversary week. And so they're emailing their longtime customers first to see. So we're only doing like 20 seats. So it's probably going to be sold out before it even gets to the public.
Well, when it does become public, we'll drop it, and if not, oh well.
So that's cool. So each dish I'm doing is going to have a smoked element, and then it's being paired with a different beer from Little Cottage Brewery.
And is that Wednesday?
That's Tuesday.
Tuesday night. Okay. No, man, that's amazing. 5 courses. That's
yeah. I shared some of the courses with Lee a second ago. So
yeah.
They sound great.
I know they're going to be bangers, legitimately.
Yeah,
right on, man. That's going to be good. No, I dig it. This is
you've got a lot. Like, both you and I have so much going on. Like, the next 3 to 4 weeks are nuts.
Oh my God. The next 3 to 4 months are nuts.
That's when you get beyond that, yeah.
But I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what's the next 3 to 4 weeks? It's like, I don't even know how many states I'm in the next.
Did you fly in today?
No, the day before.
Day before, okay, yeah.
Then luckily this weekend, I'm here. I'm doing a pop-up Saturday across the street from the Home Depot headquarters.
Nice.
And then another one in Norcross. I don't know the address. So, and by pop-up, let me rephrase. It's not my full pop-up. I'm on my Home Depot Master Built tour, or Gravity tour.
Someone listened and they almost got in the car
know,
and
right?
started driving.
Trust me, I've had people ask, like, when you're doing another full pop-up, and I want to so badly, but I'm booked for the rest of the year, so I have not unless I do it on like a Tuesday. But
who would show up on a Tuesday?
yeah, who would show up on a Tuesday? But,
people would show up on a Tuesday.
Our good buddy, the Suze, he hit me up. Shout out, brother. Congrats on the launch. I wanted to make it, but I wasn't in time.
Oh, congrats on his brother. No, well, not only that, but his brother and business partner, they got best restaurant group for Star Chefs.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, so like Lazy Buddy, Humble Pie, Juniper Cafe.
Nice, congrats. Lots of congrats going that way. We were talking, and he's like, you want to do something together? I was like, yeah. It's like, let's do a restaurant takeover, let's do a full menu. He's 100% down. So I may not be able to do a weekend pop-up like I normally would, but I promise you I'm working hard. Like, I'm legit working on the menu as well for a weeknight, like, ticketed dinner type of thing. But if you don't want to get down with that and you happen to be in Atlanta this weekend, come on by. Can't tell you the address because I don't know it. But
are you doing the Home Depot and Norcross on the same day?
Back to back, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So,
I was like, I'm doing this for 3 hours and then I'm running up to Norcross for another.
I think my schedule had at one time has me in like I'm in one place in the morning, then another in the evening. Gotta
get that brunch crowd.
Gotta catch it. Like, I'm doing. I'm in Colorado. I think it's when I'm in Jersey. Yes, when I'm in Jersey. But this weekend, I'm going to be serving up because it's Cinco de Mayo, of course. So get down how you feel, and going to do like some inspired-ish, but nothing crazy because I can't go all out because the time frame is so limited.
Right.
And the prep that I can do is so limited. So I'm getting a little creative with it. And it's early. It starts at 9. So come on out. Come hungry. We'll have a good time. But I'm definitely going to do some sort of a pop-up soon. I'm itching to do it. I really am. I miss it. I really do.
Until it starts.
Until it starts, they're like, "What's wrong with me?" But I've always enjoyed it, and I think more so now. Like TV cooking is different than demo cooking. Demo cooking is different than commercial cooking. Pop-up cooking is different than everything else, and I just miss.
It's really about getting the food in the hands of people.
Yeah. I miss the people. I miss just engaging and seeing the reaction, and also like just smelling like hickory. I landed, and I want to go grab my truck, and I walk by, and the lady's like, "Does someone smell barbecue? Who's got barbecue?" I was like, "Oh yeah, there it is. I got it." I was like, "I know you're talking about me," but when I go without smelling like smoke for too long, it makes me irk. Oh. Before we wrap, because we don't have time for questions, we're going to knock the questions out next week. But before we wrap, I do want to ask this questions from one of our gracious and continued listeners. How has the dream of owning a barbecue business lived up to the reality? I felt like you knew that was coming.
I answered that privately on Instagram, and she was mad at me. She's like, "No, this was a question for the show."
Exactly. Ashley, I got your back like a holiday sweater, homie.
So my sister dropped that one in. I don't know, man. Like, I just like being able to do something I get the tangible result out of. When you work for somebody else, a lot of the time what you work on, you don't correlate the product you create with the result.
Yeah.
When you own your own business, whether it be barbecue or any sort of craft, say woodworking or whatever, the end result, you can measure how much effort and time and commitment you put into it. And that's way more fulfilling. I'm like the dream, we've talked about this. The dream is to make enough money to be on a beach, kick back somewhere, not doing shit.
Yeah.
But if you got it, like, everybody's got to work. So if you can find the work where you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get mad at it, you're going to curse at the sky sometimes, or the ceiling, depending on where you are. But at the end of the day, if you're still happy doing it,
Consider yourself lucky.
yeah.
No, I do you.
It's a bullshit quote. If you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. You're still working.
You're gonna work more. They're right. You won't work a day in your life. You'll work your whole life.
yeah.
The quote is very, very accurate. They just didn't tell you the whole thing. No.
So what's your answer to it though?
How has the dream of owning a barbecue business lived up to the reality? I know it has, because we talked about what we wanted to do years ago, and I said, I just want to make dope stuff with my friends. Now I get to do that. I'm like, hey, let's go to Connecticut. Hey, they want us in Vegas. Hey, they want us in Utah. Hey, we got to go to Texas. Hey, and it's never I have to. It's we get to go to this place. Hey, we get to go hang out with Rodney and the crew. Hey, let's go watch some football over at, like, you know how chill it is to, like, get a call, like, "See what you're doing? You're not cool in it. Hey, come on over," and just come watch the game with Rodney and all these amazing folks. You're just like, no one would believe this. Cool.
We were just sitting at the hotel.
But it's great because it's afforded me to have amazing experiences with people I care about, and we all just continue to grow. And I think the day it ever stops feeling like that is when we're probably on to whatever we have to do next. But for now, ride it till the wheels fall off. It's lived up. It is a lot of work, and I don't think people understand just how much work it is, because it's a lot. Heck, the last recording we did, I was in 3, 4 different meetings back to back, but that's what it is. It's part of it. But man, it's enjoyable. I would not trade it for anything. I absolutely wouldn't. I can't have a boss. You already see how slick I am with the tongue, man. They start new standard operation procedures after I get fired the way things go. Because I can't go back to working for someone, and I can't go back to answering for someone. Can't do it. I'm just gonna continue doing this and grow, man. It's too fun. Too much fun.
Well, you asked for it. Good idea.
Good idea.
Start your own business.
Bad idea.
Do it in that area with really low margins.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been the latest episode of This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue-focused podcast that introduces you to both the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of barbecue. I'm your host, Rasheed Phillips, and joining me is the troublemaker, Mr.
Brian Hall, still waiting on my Liquid Death sponsorship.
Liquid Death, Goldees, anybody, just
anybody and everybody. Let's go.
At this point in time, let it ride. And the voice you continue to hear, but the face you have not yet seen, Mr.
Lee Garman.
It's been a pleasure. Please tell a friend to tell 2 friends, and be good to one another.